Hello, everybody. Okay, we're just going to give it a couple minutes here, like we do. If you're just tuning in after the chat, I would suggest to go ahead 5 minutes because that's about how long it takes for us to let everybody join in. Hey, Trudy, how are you doing? So we just like to say hi for just a couple minutes and wait for everybody to show up. So I'm actually going to look over here and see about a few more questions that I have. Questions that we can talk about. Okay. Hi, Cindy. How are you doing? Oh, Trudy, good. I'm glad you got your gift. That is very awesome. Oh, okay. This was the one. Actual photographs. Photos. I'm just writing down a couple notes real quick. Everybody say hi as you show up. Let me see who's here. In books. Pros and cons. This was a great question that I got on YouTube. So I'm just going to write it down real quick so I can talk about it here in a later. Gosh, another question on theme of a book. Pages. Plan out. Okay. All righty. Hi, everybody. Hi, Jean. Hi, Deborah. You set your alarm. That is so awesome. Hi from Missouri, Michelle. It is great to see you. How is the Hey, Carolyn. Hey, Brenda. How's it going? Fresno's in the house, and Brenda is in Canada. Hi, Tony. How are you? Oh, Zelda. Hello. How are you? She's from Missouri also. Yay. Very cool. How is everybody doing today? Hopefully you're doing pretty good. Let's see. We've got some great questions to talk about, some wonderful things to chat about. How is the sound and how is the visuals? Are we doing pretty good? It looks like we're doing pretty good. I'm not getting any swirlies here, so hopefully we are doing pretty good. Gosh, you guys can see all of my mess every week. it keeps piling up. If I just keep going higher, then maybe I can get everything organized eventually, right? Oh, visual again is meh. As you guys know, with the internet out here, visual is always going to be difficult to get good. So you're safe. It's a blur. Yeah. You can always try to refresh your screen if it gets too bad. So, okay. Sorry about that. All right. First off, what I want to do is remind everybody that I do have t-shirts for sale. I will be putting those up most likely probably on the Facebook photo album page if anybody is interested. They're $25 here in the States. If we have to do shipping for out of state or out of country, they'll probably be a little bit more depending on what country you're from. But we do have those t-shirts available. Yay! Hello, everybody coming in. Say hello if you're here. Okay. Guys, we have almost hit 2,000 subscribers on the channel. Woot, woot, woot. And second thing that we're doing is we've almost hit 500 at the Messy Hand Band of Artists. How awesome is that? We are growing all the time. You guys have been so helpful in your sharing and your liking and your commenting. And hopefully y'all will continue to do that and spread the love. Yes, I know. It is so awesome that we are getting close to that 2,000 mark. It's very exciting, and I'm hoping that we can keep this momentum going with YouTube. It's really hard to get seen here in this YouTube land. There's 400 hours of content uploaded every minute on YouTube. So it is extremely difficult to get your channel seen. And the more that you guys do comment and share and like, subscribe, all of those wonderful things, the more that YouTube will share me with more people. And of course, that is our goal. Trudy, the t-shirts say just a girl and her dog making art by the river. So it's just a blue shirt with kind of a vibrant green, lime green writing on it. So I will get a picture of those posted. I think I've had a picture posted on YouTube, on Facebook, but it's been a while since I've had that up there. Yes, 2000. Yes, and I will put it in the album to make sure that you guys get to see it. Hello, hi Stephanie and Oz. Just want you to know that there are other doodle teachers on YouTube, but it is me that inspires you. So thank you. Well, thank you so very much. Yeah, retiring the doodles is a hard thought, but again, I think that it was a worthwhile choice. There are a lot of people out there doing the watercolor doodles, and the fun creatures and all of that. And I just don't think that that's where I don't think that me showing you other people's techniques, even though I make it my own, I'm still going and getting inspiration from other people and then showing that to you. I would rather be doing artwork that it's more unique for me and to the channel, which of course we focus on altered books here, and that's kind of where I want to bring it back to. Not that we don't with the creating your first altered book and with masterclass, but it's time for the doodles to be done. Not to say we're going to stop learning how to do our own art. That is not what I'm saying. I am always going to continue to push us to use less magazines and more of our hands and paint and such to make our art. So, and I'm glad it has inspired you, and all of you guys that have picked up the pen and the paper and the watercolor paint. I am so very, very proud of you, if we need more inspiration, instead of me, necessarily doing videos on it, I suppose we could think about possibly posting a weekly challenge with some images and say, hey guys, what can you come up with? We might do something along that line if that would be something that would be interesting to you. It wouldn't be me doing the videos, but there are a lot of videos out there that you guys can find pretty easily on the doodles. Sorry, it's a warm day again today. Okay. Hello, Louisa. And Trudy says that she doodles all the time now, no matter where she is. Hi, Shane. How are you? Yes, exactly. And that's what I want us all to do, is just get into the habit and the freedom. We've been doing this again for 2 months. So it's awesome. I think that it's wonderful that you guys are continuing with your art endeavors. Hello, Kathy. How are you? Hope you're doing good today. Canada's in the house. Deb says, don't be afraid to start an altered book. It's fun. Yes. And we will be starting a new book here in a little bit, because our Creating Your First Altered Book Volume 1, that one is just about finished. We'll have 1 or 2 videos left on the cover, and then that book is done and we will be starting a new one. So that's exciting. Oh, Shane, I'm sorry. Shane is Joseph there. Just got back from eye doctor, having a hard time seeing. That's a bummer. You've been practicing the petals. Good job, Trudy. Good job. Yes. Okay. I do have some things to say about the ATCs. So that's a great question. The question is ATC questions. Are the ATCs supposed to have words or sayings on them? Um, doesn't matter. It is completely optional. Mine won't have sayings on them. If you want to put sayings or just a word on them, you are more than welcome to. Whatever you feel. The only guidelines for this is a fall doodle. So, you can doodle a flower, you can doodle a tree, you can doodle a house, you can doodle whatever you want to. And remember, you can use your doodles that you've already done. So you can even take those patterns that we've done, and if they're in a certain, a color, think of fall colors. All it has to be is a fall themed doodle. It doesn't have to even be a literal tree. Do whatever it makes you happy. Think outside the box. You could do fun birds, whatever. Totally cool. And words are completely optional. And for those of you asking about the ATC partner list, please hold on to your panties. What we have to do is it takes a while. And Kat does all of this work for us. She's got a huge list of people. I think there's like 45 people that have joined into this exchange. So what she has to do is she has to take one whole list of people, and each person gets assigned 4 people. And then she has to make sure that it's time consuming, and it is a lot of work because each person's name has to be on the assigned list 4 times and on the in list once, and take that times 45, and that is a lot of keeping track. So please be patient with us as we try to get this all figured out for you. We don't want any overlapping. We don't want somebody to be getting 5 and another person to be getting 3. So it does take a little bit. And definitely give a shout out to Miss Kat Austin, who is our admin over at Messy Hand Band of Artists. Girl, you are awesome, and thank you for all of your help. And of course, thank you, Cindy, who is moderating here for us today. So, yeah, it takes a bit to get that all done. I'm going to read comments real quick, and then we're going to talk about the ATCs one couple things here. So if things don't come out spelling right, we'll know why. No worries, Shane. Inspiration for the ATCs. Take walks, watch fantasy movies, old black and white films. Absolutely. Hello, everybody from Minneapolis. Hi, Christy. How are you? Susan says, thank you, Kat. Christy says, thanks, Kat. You rock. And Shane says, LOL. Hi, Susan. How are you doing? All right. So just real quick to refresh, I'm throwing out the word ATC, and some of you might not know what that is. Over at Messy Hand Band of Artists Group, we have an ATC exchange, which is an artist trading card. And sign up just closed on the 25th for that. And basically, you're exchanging that card. You are sending a card to 4 people, and 4 people are sending a card to you. So, and they're not the same people. So it's not just like we take 4 people and have them send. Oh, Ozzy's back. He was down running. Hey, Ryan. Just a second. See you. Thanks for running him.
No problem.
He just brought Baxter over, and Ozzy and Baxter went down to the river. Ozzy, come here. Which was great because Ozzy was going crazy. He was bouncing off the walls. He was so bored he couldn't stand it. So this was great for him. Okay. All right. We're caught up on comments. Oh, there's the kid. There's the kid. Come say hello. Oh, you're all wet. I've got books on the floor. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come here. Come here. Come say hi. You're so excited. You're so excited. You're so happy. I'm going to make you sit outside, though, because you're wet. You're all wet. Oh, I have all of my examples down on the floor. And, of course, the kid is full of river, sand and dirt and slobber. He's a happy dog. Okay. Oh, Christy, you missed the sign up. Oh, I thought it closed on the 27th. I think it's too late, Christy. I really do think it's too late. She's got everybody assigned, I think. We can check with her. But I think it's too late now. We'll see. My guess is that it's too late, Chris. Okay. Making sure he doesn't step on my books. They're a hole in the floor. Not a safe place. Okay. Trudy says, hi, Ozzy. Yes, and Cindy says, remember to hit that thumbs up button. There's 20 of you guys watching, and only 4 have hit the thumbs up. Come on, y'all, help a girl out. Okie dokie. I'm sorry, Christy. We'll see what we can do. But I think it's pretty well set. Okay. I was talking about ATC cards. ATCs are 2.5 by 3.5. The fall rules. I think we've talked about that enough. If you want more information, definitely just go on over to Messy Hand Band of Artists. And, there's a lot of information there. Plus, I have ATC videos in the ATC playlist. Oh, thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. You are awesome. Yep, it was. I don't see any downs. Oops. Wait, I thought I had 10, and now I have 9. There's the 10. Okay. All right. So we talked about t-shirts, subscribers. Okay. You guys may have noticed on Messy Hands. Oz. Oh my God. Go lay down, baby. You just shook on the books. Oh God. I have the circus book down there. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Okay. Go play. Go lay down. Okay. Oh, you always hit after the live. Well, that is very cool. All right. The Brooklyn Art Library. There is a sketchbook project. Now, I still need to read all of the information on what's going to be allowed in the sketchbook. I don't know if it's going to be something that we'll do online or not, but it might be something that we do that we do a daily sketch, maybe. And then at the end of the week, we can compare them, or maybe we'll do some sort of prompt thing. Inktober is coming up. I'm not going to do Inktober because I don't really care for the prompts that much. They don't really inspire me. But maybe with the Brooklyn sketchbook project, it might work into a future idea for videos. It might not. It might be just something that I do on my own. But I would love for you guys to join with me. I know some of you have already ordered it. And I think maybe some prompts would be cool. Maybe something along the 30 times 3 line where we could do a bunch of prompts together. Maybe we could do something like that. I'm not going to do a daily video again, though, guys, because I'm just really, I can't. Sadly, I can't. Have to make a living now. So, okay. Yes, the circus book is amazingly huge, and I'll show you guys that here in a second. Cindy says Christy Clover, PM her on the Messy Hands group. So send Cindy a private message so that we remember to check with Kat and see how that goes. We must take pause for Oz. That is so true. All right, Christy. Great. Wonderful. Okay. Brooklyn Art Library. I think it'll be a cool project. And I did go ahead and choose to do the digital one. I just think it's kind of fun. And I've thought about it for a while. I wasn't ready to do it before. I don't know if I'm going to be ready to do it this time. But the deadline is, I believe, February 1st. You can submit it after that if you want to. So we'll see if we can find something fun to do with that. I was also asked to post the bird images on Patreon that I had during the bird sketches doodles. I will do that. And then I also have some extra silhouettes, I think, that I did for Patreon that I'm not sure if I posted those. So, all right. I will try to get those done. I'll circle that one. I do want to say that I really love our group over at Messy Hand Band of Artists. You guys are rocking it in all ways. The perspective drawings, those of you that are Patreons that you watch those perspective drawings, that's phenomenal. Really, truly. You guys need to be proud of yourself for attempting to do perspective like that. It's not an easy thing, and you guys are kicking butt. Also, those of you that are doodling and those of you that are posting any of your pages, I am loving seeing your art. And I also want to give a huge shout out for the fact that you take the time to welcome our new members when we post the welcoming messages. And, we want this to feel like a good, safe place, a very welcoming place for everybody coming in and for everybody who's been here for a while. We really need to continue to have a good place to be, and I love that that's what we have, and that's the community we're growing. That's what we choose to be, and that's awesome. So please keep up your welcoming and your complimenting people and your kind words. I think it's a wonderful thing. Okay, let me go back to messages real quick. OM says, I ordered mine, so excited and don't know what I'm doing. LOL, maybe doodle. Yeah, now just because it says no acrylic paint and no Mod Podge doesn't mean we can't do watercolor paint or some derivative of that, or take our watercolor or colored pencils or things like that too. So we've got a lot of different tools that we can use. We will be looking over the rules once I get them, though, to find out which products are usable and which aren't. Trudy says, there's so much inspiration on Messy Hands. How long has the group been going? When did we start the group? Possibly like November last year. Maybe a little bit longer. I'm not really positive when it did start. I know that's so bad, but let's see. Oh, Deborah Lee here. Love the perspective drawing. Deborah, you kicked butt. You did great. And I hope you continue to practice it. You really did. And yes, there's a ton of inspiration on Messy Hands. I don't know who did the coffin today with the coffin door. Oh my God, that just kicked butt. That is so cool. I was like, yeah. Can you see the crumbling wall with the coffin with doing some sort of skeleton that pops up out of it? Do a pop-up skeleton? Oh my God. I don't know if you could put it all together, but that's just where my brain goes. So I love seeing the inspiration. Okay. Oh, wow. I didn't realize that. Thank you, Cindy. Cindy says that I started Messy Hands page in April of 2018. So I started it right after I started doing videos on YouTube. So I've really only been doing that, I believe, since March or April of 2018. So I have well over 300 videos now in just a little bit over a year. So we've been cranking out the videos. that's for sure. Jean said, oh, okay. Jean said that she did the sketchbook project 2 years ago and used a lot of pictures of things made out of the materials that are banned. That's a great idea. That is a very good idea. And Trudy says, thank you, Cindy. Okay, perspectives are kicking butt. All right. We did have a question about alcohol ink and what surfaces we can use with alcohol ink. And does alcohol ink have to be restricted to just Yupo paper, or can it be used on other things? Alcohol ink can be used on most anything. Now, the more absorbent that thing is, the more that the paint won't flow. It'll just sink in, okay? But when you do something like using it with your stamp pad and stamping with alcohol ink, I think works really well, because you're taking, especially, you know, you've seen me do it numerous times with that rich gold color from Pinata. I love that color, and I love to stamp with it because it really, I think it gives it a really elegant look. And then you bring a little bit of that Timber Brown StazOn with it, and it's gorgeous. I've used a lot of alcohol ink on glass, such as that piece that's hanging in the window. That's the stained glass that we did over on Patreon. That one is for sale on my Etsy store, just to let you guys know. That one I did, the frame actually has kind of, it was right after Notre Dame burned, so it kind of has a really rustic frame to it. Alcohol ink, yeah, I use it on bottles. I've used it on Yupo. I use it on pretty much so any type of plastic surface. Yupo is basically a plastic paper. I do use alcohol ink on my jelly plates, and it turns out pretty darn cool. And I'm working on a project where I'm maybe going to put all of that into one video series. So we'll see about that. So alcohol ink is very versatile. Definitely not limited to just Yupo paper. Jelly plates, painting over own images. So let's grab out. First off, let's talk about jelly plates. There were some questions. Now, here's my smaller one. This is an 8 by 10 inch size, right? And jelly plates are a petroleum product. Now, there has been discussion about making your own jelly plates. And frankly, I wouldn't bother with doing it. And by the time you buy all of the supplies and you make it and all of those things, you know, I think this one costs like $12, $15. Definitely a very worthwhile investment. The other thing that you're going to want to have is a brayer. This is a brayer. It's a roller to roll out your paint. You make monoprints with this. What is a monoprint? Monoprint is a single print, right? So everything that you make with a jelly, so I use deli sheets on my jelly press. You can also use regular paper. You can use all sorts of different types of paper. But the deli sheets, those two words, so you can see here, I put on my base layer of print, and that was just a stamp underneath of there. See the different types of print? And then I put my deli sheet, which is transparent. Ugh, I'm not explaining this right. You guys have seen me use the deli sheets numerous times in some of the older videos. If you don't have a super thick amount of paint on it, they are somewhat transparent when you use them. Now, if you use like a regular piece of copy paper with your jelly press, that copy paper is not going to be transparent. So that's why we like to use deli sheets. It's like a wax paper, but it's not a heavy wax. A parchment paper might work. We'll talk about that if you have specific questions. Let me know over at Messy Hands, and we'll work on answering those for you. The other main benefit of just purchasing a jelly press is, since it is a petroleum product, you won't have any issues with bacteria. And when you make your own, there is a limited life to that. I've had my jelly press now for a year and a half. I have not had any issues whatsoever. I take care of it and I clean it when I'm done with it. And anytime that you clean your tools when you're done with them, you get an extended life with it. There should be no reason for a filthy looking jelly plate. Just, anyways, it's just the nature of the product. And let's see. Oh, I'm just checking out here through the comments. Shane says, you've been kicking butt. You were rocking. I have been a rocking and rolling on videos. That's why I have to kind of pull back a little bit. I'm still doing double what anybody else is at this point in time from what I see. So hopefully, you guys are understanding of that. Photo paper also does work. Does photo paper work, Shane? I would think photo paper for the alcohol ink. Yeah, that would work well. It kind of has that surface, that smoother surface, glossy surface. Oh, good. I'm glad your eyes are better. Cindy says, try glossy magazine paper for alcohol ink. And I've actually combined using Citrusolve on National Geographics with alcohol ink, and it's pretty interesting. Brenda says, I used my alcohol inks on a kid's finger painting book page. It was different but fun. Huh, sounds cool. Oh, that'd be great, Shane. Mono, 1. Cindy says mono equals 1. Mono print will get you 1 print. Yes, it is a single print process. Now, you can get ghost images of that, but it is a single print process. Now, I've never heard of deli sheets. Deli sheets are what they use in the US here to wrap your deli sandwich in if you're like ordering it from the deli. It's a very lightweight paper that when you use it with Mod Podge, it dries transparent, similar to tissue paper, but holds up much better. It has a little bit of wax on one side. I don't know if they have anything similar to that over in the UK. Any of our UK people, please let me know what you use for deli sheets over on Messy Hand Band. That would be awesome. Okay. All right. I'm going to read through the comments real quick, and then don't let me forget that I want to talk about painting on your own jelly plates or deli sheets. Okay. Deborah says, that's right. It costs you as much to make one as to buy one. Absolutely. And the one that you buy will last much longer than the one that you make due to bacteria, due to it being a petroleum product. It's a super convenient, super awesome tool, and definitely one that you should have in your arsenal. I wouldn't say it's a top level tier, but it's a number 2 must have for arting. It's too much fun. Cindy says, Gaga Toots, it's what your fish and chips are wrapped in. Yes, so like the lining for your basket. Deli sheets can also come in the red and white check. What we're looking for is just the white or clear deli sheets. They also have craft deli sheets. Trudy, you buy it off of Amazon. is the best place to purchase it. Amazon or restaurant suppliers, like Cindy says. Oh, hello, Craft Time with Jenny. How are you doing? Think waxy paper. Yes. Okay. Could you link to a gel plate? Yes. I'll write it down. I'll give you a link to a gel plate. We had done that a while back, but we'll do another one to gel plate. My suggestion, and I'll do deli sheets also. My suggestion on the jelly press is to get as big a one as you can afford. So if you can get the 12 by 12 size, do it. I know they have bigger ones than that now. The 8 by 10 is convenient and it's fine, and it's a little bit smaller. I like having the 12 by 12 size because it can cover the 9 by 11 canvas. See, so it wraps around here. Now, let me check here. Think wax paper. Could you link? Yes, baking parchment. Baking parchment might work. I think there was somebody who had mentioned that parchment paper that the ink pulled off of the parchment paper. So you just have to experiment with different papers that you have around the house too. Think of tracing paper. That would work. It's possible like a sewing pattern might even work. I don't know. Now, you can easily do something like this and then build up your, I'm trying to see if I have one here. I don't have one here. You can look on some of my older videos and it'll show you making canvases. And I used to make a lot of these for you guys, and I would like to make some more. Haven't really had time to do anything like that. So this would be our starting point. Now you can take something like this and paint right on top of it, and it gives you a great background. The one that Kat posted in Messy Hands, it was great. You should have seen how amazing those deli sheets were. She was sending me pictures of them as she was doing them. So, to die for. But what she was doing was she had made some circle shapes, some kind of donut shapes to do as a resist or a block, kind of like a stencil, basically. And the sheets that she was making was phenomenal. And then she made that raven over the top of it, painted out the bird, and it turned out very, very cool. So there's so much that you can do with them. They are a blast. Okay, so we talked about make your own. Oh, okay. And then I think it was Shane who actually had the idea. Now you can do transfers with the gel plate. And I think I still left that video up where I was playing with the magazine transfers. Now you can do this with your own photos if you print them out on black and white. I don't know if inkjet or laserjet would work better, but again, you know, just play around with it, guys. It is a great tool and a whole lot of fun to do. We are going to be starting a new book here coming up, but before we do that, here is, watch your toes, buddy. Here's what our moon is looking like so far. It's not quite finished up. I need to get that done for this week's video. But that's where we are at. Sun and moon. And that will be the last for creating your first altered book. Woohoo! 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 Where else are we at here? The Exquisite Corpse page. These are all over on Patreon. This book is so heavy. We are getting the last of Fred and Gertie in here. So this will be your video for this week. getting the last of Fred and Gertie in here. This has taken me hours and hours and hours to get them lined up properly. And, but they all line up just right. See? So, yeah, we're getting their story worked on for sure. Again, that's over at Patreon. Patreon is $10 a month or $25 a month. If you want to check it out, definitely jump over to patreon.com, type in Stephanie Ani Design, and it will take you to my Patreon channel. All the goodies are listed there. I'm not going to go through those here, but you do get a lot of good stuff. And Patreons, new Patreons, I have 3 pieces of art that I need to send out to you. I will get those sent out here. God, already a week has gone by. I'll get those sent out here soon. Sorry that they're getting a little bit behind, but I haven't gone to town for a few days. So I will get those all sent out. And also, you guys will be getting your monthly image here shortly, which is a piece of fine art that I've created that I would sell, for $75 or more. You guys will get an image that you can print out. And then there was also a question of, can you take to Staples and print it? Absolutely. They might. I think you can go to even, use their computers and log into your Patreon account. Be sure to log out when you're done, but then print it off from there. That should work. Or save it to a flash drive, take it in, and have it printed that way. So yes, you can absolutely go to Staples and have them print out. And you can do that with any of the images or any of the PDFs that are on Patreon. Okay. I am thinking about one of the new books that I want to do. Where is it? So I have all of these lovely ATC cards that you guys have already sent to me. Now, this particular book, I have already taken out a couple of the signatures, but what I can do is I'm thinking about making this into like an ATC photo album. Not sure how I'm going to do that yet, but that's something that we might see on down the line. That's our artist trading card display book. I think it'd be really cool to have a great book for it to be into. Okay, let me read comments here. Back. Let's see. Okay, thank you so much, Cindy, for watching everything. Okay. Hello, Jenny. Think wax paper. Thank you, Cindy. Could you link a gel plate? I will. Craft Time with Jenny says Dollar Tree sells wax paper and parchment, I think. They probably do. Google mono gel print plates. Oh, cool. Hi, Ricky. How are you doing? I'm glad you're here. Deborah says, buy off of Steph's Amazon link. Yes, please. Yes, please. I will get the links for you guys. Do you prefer clear or white deli sheets? They are white when you get them, and they dry clear. So I also have like the brown craft ones. So the brown craft ones are going to dry brown-ish. Still have a bit of transparency to them, but they're more brown. And then the white ones, these are the white ones. Here, that one isn't see-through. Sorry. It depends on how much paint you have on the print, whether it is see-through or not. This one has more paint on it. This one does not. It's transparent. Okay. The roller things do not come with the jelly plates. It's called a Brayer, Brayer, and I will put a link for the Brayer also, so you'll be able to find it. Oh, hi, Deb. I am going to have to go to the Facebook group. It sounds like everyone is having fun. I have loved your videos. You explain everything so well. Oh, well, thank you, Deb. Yes, definitely come join us over at Messy Hands Band. We have a great group of people there, and we always love to see what everybody is making, no matter whom it's inspired by. So, we get inspired by each other. That is my belief. So, would love to see what you're making. Absolutely. Just wanted to let you know it is appreciated. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad. I'm glad you enjoy it. Cindy says, Trudy, it's separately. Okay, what's it called again? A brayer. Michelle puts it there. Brayer. Okay. When you print on them, they will most likely be very covered. So color is a personal preference for deli sheets. Yes, color is a personal preference, and they each do the absolute best thing to do, 100%, and they're a blast. Okay, another thing that I want to talk to you guys about real quick. There was a question on Messy Hands about pricing artwork, and the thought that I felt was that they were asking too little for a piece of homemade art. And do you risk it not selling? Absolutely. However, you can get I've had really bad luck, I have to say, in the 2 shows that I've done this summer, which I need to do more shows, and I obviously need to find a different market, but I haven't sold much. And part of that is because people don't have that much money here. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to price my artwork any cheaper because it's worth $20. It just is. It's worth the price tag that I put on it. So if you are making a personalized piece of art, do not undervalue your artwork. And feel free to post it over at Messy Hands, and we can talk about pricing options. You do need to think about the amount of time that it takes, the cost of the supplies behind it, and paying yourself a decent wage. Those are all things that you need to consider. This is not Walmart. We are not mass producing things. We are handcrafting. And sometimes it doesn't sell as well to handcraft. Sometimes a $3 magnet will sell better than the $8 one that I took 20 minutes to put together. That's just part of the process. And it's unfortunately part of where our society is at right now. We have moved away from handcrafting, and we are definitely a get it as cheap as possible, as fast as possible type of society. And hopefully the handcrafted items will come back. And I think the more that our middle class economy grows, the better our artwork will sell. It's just, it's just part of life. And if you can find a good show, that's great. Do not price your stuff so cheap that you don't get your money out of it. Okay. Now, if you're just learning something, that's different, because you can't, give yourself an hourly rate on that. If something took you 5 hours, that should take you 1 hour if you know how to do it. So you always have to kind of think about those things. Your learning curve has to be added or subtracted. Hopefully that made sense. Let's see. Trudy says, Debbie Harshman, Messy Hands is the best ever Facebook group. And yes, it is. I agree with you 100%. People go wild over handmade crafts where I live. Oh, that's awesome, Trudy. And, I think you need to continue with where you're going then on your altered boxes that you've been making. And those, don't be afraid to play around with ways of maybe making them look a little bit more vintage than what you're doing. They're gorgeous though, and just keep up doing whatever you're doing. All right. Yes, I will be getting up the image for Patreon. I don't know what image I'm going to give you guys this month. Yes, for Staples. New ones coming soon. Yes. Oh, I did have a question on YouTube that I didn't get a chance to answer. And the question was about Ritzy actually asked, loving your channel, question, which you may cover in a different video. Do you ever use actual photographs? Are there pros and cons to using them? I don't generally use actual photographs, although I could, and I do have some. They're not like in the forefront of my thought. I do have a stash of them that I actually purchased off of eBay. And so I should go through those and look at those. Are there pros and cons to using them? The only real con to using it is then that photograph stays with that book. If you're doing a book for just yourself, I would put as many of your personal happy photographs in that you can. I would make it something that's so completely personal that way, 100%. The more personal you can make your piece of artwork, the better it's going to be. If you are selling, if you're making something to sell, then yes, an actual photograph would work great. And as long as it's not necessarily